Live from Asmara, this is ERi-TV English News Broadcast for February 22nd. It's 10:30 p.m. right now. Good evening to you, and let's begin with the top stories. Funeral service of Abune Petros conducted. Workshop on ensuring rights of children. Trump raised new global tariff from 10% to 15%. And Afghanistan confirms Pakistani airstrikes on border areas. The funeral service of Abune Petros, member of the Holy Synod of Orthodox Tewahedo Church of Eritrea and Archbishop of the Central Region, was conducted today, 22nd of February. All monasteries across the country conducted religious sermons and prayers in tribute to Abune Petros. Started from midnight, the remains of Abune Petros was escorted by motorcade from his residence to St. Mary Church for prayers. At the ceremony held at St. Mary Church, the obituary of Abune Petros was read, and messages of condolences from Oriental and other churches were presented. A message of thanks and blessing was delivered by His Holiness Abune Basilos, the sixth Patriarch of the Orthodox Tewahedo Church of Eritrea. The funeral service of Abune Petros was conducted at St. Mary Monastery in Debre Sina at midday. Abune Petros, who served as a member of the Holy Synod of Orthodox Tewahedo Church of Eritrea and Archbishop of the Central Region, dedicated 80 years of his life to spiritual service in the church. He also participated in regional and global forums representing the Orthodox Tewahedo Church of Eritrea. Abune Petros passed away on 20th February due to illness at the age of 86. The Holy Synod of the Orthodox Tewahedo Church of Eritrea expressed deep sorrow over the passing of Abune Petros. A workshop aimed at ensuring the rights of children and eradication of harmful practices was conducted in Mandefera on 20th February. The workshop was organized by the Committee to Oversee the Rights of Children and Eradication of Harmful Practices in the Southern Region. At the event, in which members of the Ministry of Justice, Police and Internal Security took part, Mr. Kalaab Tesfasilase, chairman of the committee, gave extensive briefing on the situation of harmful practices at national and regional level. Mr. Kalaab said that ensuring the rights of children and eradicating harmful practices have significant contribution in building prosperous country and called on legal service institutions to play their part. Noting that discussing about children is discussing about the future of Eritrea, Dr. Emmanuel Mihretab, head of the Ministry of Health branch in the region, called for coordinated effort with the view to enhance the understanding of the public on the negative effects of harmful practices in the nation development process. Mr. Eritrea from the Central Office of the Ministry of Justice indicated that Eritrea has signed at 5 global and 3 regional accords focusing on breaching the rights of children and women. He also said that practicing harmful practices is punishable by law and called on the public to abide by the law and refrain from practicing. The participants of the conference on their part expressed readiness to play their part in the effort to eradicate harmful practices. The Committee to Oversee the Right of Children and Eradication of Harmful Practices in the Southern Region was established in 2018. Those were local updates. We'll be back with international news right after this. U.S. President Donald Trump said yesterday that he will raise the new global tariff to 15%, one day after he announced a 10% worldwide duty following a heavy blow from the Supreme Court. He stated that as a president of the United States of America would be effective immediately raising the 10% worldwide tariff on countries, many of which have been reaping the U.S. for decades. He added that during the next short number of months, his administration will determine the issue, the new and legally permissible tariffs, which will continue to extraordinarily successful process of making America great again, greater than ever before. U.S. Supreme Court ruled Friday morning in a 6-3 vote that Trump's tariff policy under the International Emergency Economic Power Act was illegal. Infuriated by ruling, Trump signed an order imposing a 10% tariff on imports from all countries hours later. Zabihullah Mujahid, spokesperson for the Afghan government, confirmed today that the Pakistani military had once again carried out airstrikes on border areas between Afghanistan and Pakistan, causing dozens of casualties. The spokesperson said that the Pakistan military bombed civilian areas in Nangarhar province and Pakitika province, causing dozens of casualties, including women and children. In a statement, Afghanistan's Ministry of Defense strongly condemned what it called a blatant violation and criminal act against Afghan territory, saying it clearly violated international law and the principle of good neighborliness. The statement said Pakistan attacked Afghan civilian targets and religious sites, and that the Afghan side would make an appropriate and careful considered response at an appropriate time. Since October last year, clashes have occurred repeatedly in the border areas between Afghanistan and Pakistan. On October 19 last year, under mediation by Qatar and Turkey, the two sides agreed to cease fire. We're about to conclude our news broadcast, but before we sign off, here's a final glance at the top stories. Funeral service of Abune Petros conducted. Workshop on ensuring rights of children. Trump raised new global tariff from 10% to 15%. Afghanistan confirms Pakistani airstrikes on border areas. And that's all with the news for this session. On behalf of the entire news crew, thank you very much for watching. Have a great night.